Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am frankly FM84. Big thank you for coming back and joining me on another video right here on the YouTube channel. So I am in the middle of the Celtic Rebuild Challenge. I've challenged myself to go and replicate the Lisbon Lions of 1967. We are on the hunt for European Cup silverware. Yesterday you might have seen the end of season 3. Today we've pushed on to season 4. Just to recap season 3 quickly, we won 4 competitions in a single season. We won the Cinch Premiership, we won the Europa League, we won the Scottish Cup, and we won the Premier Sports Cup. So a very successful season. And in today's episode, we are going to go and look to start off season 4 even stronger. Yes, we have had some transfers come in. We have had some players also go out. We are going to start off right there. You can see on the screen that we have the transfers up. As always, transfer windows in the summer are a two-part thing. We have a few players that will arrive at the club before the 1st of July, so the transfer window will open on the 9th of June. That means that we can sign players then, and also then we tick the season over to season 4 properly from the 1st of July, so we will have some players that will also join the club after that. So let's start off with the June transfers. We are, as always, going to start off with the players that have left the club, and there have been quite a few of them. Starting off with Ben Wiley going to Crusaders. Stuart Heenan has gone out on loan to Queen's Park. Charlie MacArthur joining him at Queen's Park on loan. Mackenzie Cast went to Newcastle for 1.6 million, rising to 2.9. Stephen Welsh went to West Brom for £400,000. Harry Stone has gone to Dunfermline. And sadly, Alex Merritt had a release clause in his contract for teams outside of Scotland, and Tottenham came along. They snapped him up for the £15 million, which is an absolute bargain. This guy has been a rock for us in the save. He has been perfection between the sticks, but unfortunately his time at Celtic has come to an end. So that means that we now have some ammunition to go and sign players. And the first player that we signed was Mr. Sven Botman, 24 years old, Dutch international. He's on £29,500 until 2028. And as you can see, he has a bit of everything. 6'4" means that his jumping reach 16, heading is 15. He also has good tackling, good marking, good first touch. He has good anticipation. He has good concentration, positioning, teamwork, vision, work rate. It's all there really. For a big man, stamina is good, jumping reach is good. The pace probably not so much so, and the acceleration also is not the best. Can play as a left back, can also play as a centre back, which is I think his strongest position. So that is probably where we are going to play him. But hopefully he turns into a bit of a bargain for £10 million. And then we also signed Maro Katinic. If we jump onto Mr. Katanic, you can see he is another defender. He has come from Dinamo. He's 20 years old. He is 6 foot, and he's a player who I think can slot in as a bit of a rotation option in behind Botman. He also can be rotated in and out for cup games. He's another player who has good pace at 16, acceleration at 15, agility. He has some good mental stats there. There are good technicals. It also can be a makeshift right back if we're desperate. Don't think he will end up playing there, but the fact he can play there is a good option, and he can also double up as a defensive midfielder. So again, versatility in these saves is key, and that is exactly what we go and look for. So that is the first part of that transfer window done. We are now going to move on to the next part of the transfer window. Once again, we're going to show you the players that have gone out. So Luca Manelo has gone to Hull for 2.3 million. Matt O'Reilly went to Espanyol for 6 million. Anwar Ait Al Hajj has gone to AEK Athens for £6.5 million. A bit sad, really. It didn't work out for him. Once we had signed some of the players that had come in, like Plata, he just basically wasn't going to get a look in. We moved him on, tried to get at least a little bit of money back for him. Stipe Biuk has gone to Hajduk on loan. Michael Johnson, Cove Rangers. Josh Adam has gone to Brighton for 950,000. Johnny Kenny has gone out on loan to Ipswich to get some experience. Jeremy Boga then left to go to Paris Saint-Germain. They came in with an offer. It was a pretty fair offer, to be honest with you. Didn't really want to sell him. Thought he's a player that we could have moulded for a while. 27 years old, though. cashed in whilst we could, and it meant that we were then going to go and replace him, which is on the left hand side, and we will show you that in just a second. We had Sarachak go out on loan to Willem Dre. We had Ben Quinn go to Motherwell. We had Matthias Martins go to Inverness for 550,000. Gabriel Noga finally left the club, going to Eintracht Frankfurt for £6.75 million. So those are the players that have left the club in that part of the window. Let's show you the players that have come in. So the first one is Rui Silva. He's a direct replacement for Alex Merritt, our new #1 goalkeeper. I think he's going to be sound. He's 30 years old. He's 6'3" and £35,000. Contract until 2029. I have no concerns about him whatsoever. He's played lots of times for Betis. I think he will go in as a #1. Brandon Williams is the next player up. He's a player that, even though he probably isn't going to be first choice straight away, at the age of 24, you can see he played for Norwich on loan. He was a Manchester United player. They released him. We picked him up on a free. I think this is probably about as good a free transfer as you are likely to get. If he can work his way into the team, either at left back or right back, he's going to be an absolute valuable asset to the club. Only on £14,000 a week. Also, next player that came in then was Kamil Piatowski. He has come in. He's 24. He's 6'3". He can play as a centre back, can play as a right back, can play as a defensive midfielder. You can see he has a Red Bull shirt on in the picture, so he's obviously a brilliant talent. Have had him in saves before, so we know what he's all about. Can play as that bruiser at the back. He can also play as the midfield general. Either which way, he's going to be getting game time here in Scotland, so look out for Kamil Piatkowski. And finally, the player that we bought in to replace Boga is Eddie Nketiah. Can double up as a forward, can also play off the left, off the right, pace of 17, acceleration of 16, technique of 14, off the ball. We all know what Eddie Nketiah is about. He's a baller, and he's going to be a big, big player in this team going forward. The other thing that has happened, and this in itself is a little bit like a new signing, is Supanat Mwanta has finally got himself a work permit. We can now start to play him in games. He has developed nicely, being out on loan at places like Lech Poznan, Hanover, and finally brought him back into the fold. He's going to get plenty of game time this season. So let's have a look at the finances then and what that has done to the club. As I said yesterday, there was a lot more money to come in from the Europa League success. There's also money to come in from the Premier League. It turns out that the board now has £98.7 million in the bank, transfer budget of £12.7 million, a wage budget of £1.058 million, and we are only spending £994,000, so working well within those budgets. Looking at the club vision going forward, still want to strive to make progress on and off the pitch, which we are doing. 5-year plan, work within the wage budget on course. Sign players to sell for a profit, they are pleased. Spend the original transfer budget, delighted. Minimum 2-year contracts for first team players, not judging. By the end of the current season, they want to be competitive in the Champions League. I said yesterday, I'd be very disappointed if we are not. Our squad is now being developed at the pace of no more mass overhauls. We are just going out to sign 1 or 2 key players in the areas we need them, and that, I think, will get us through to the end of the save. Premiership, they want to win the Premiership. Scottish Cup, they want to win the Scottish Cup. Premier Sports Cup, they want to win the Premier Sports Cup. So when you are the board at Celtic, you can afford to be greedy, and they want to win absolutely everything. Going forwards then, they want to win a domestic cup this season, win the Cinch Premiership, continue to win the Cinch Premiership. Our contract is up for renewal at the 27-28 season. So hopefully going forwards, we will be able to achieve everything that they want, and they will renew our contract. So look at the schedule quickly then to see how we have started the season off. So we started off in the Super Cup as the Europa League winners, playing against Manchester City, who were the Champions League winners. This one did not end well for us. I mean, we scored 3 goals, that's a positive, but we conceded 6. You can see Mwanta getting his first goal competitively for the club in that game. Henry Lawrence and Katinic getting our goals, but Sterling, Haaland and Mbappe, I mean, where are Man City getting a team that's got Haaland and Mbappe in it? It's just not fair. Just not fair. We then kicked off the Cinch Premiership, but before that, Premier Sports Cup second round, we beat St Mirren 3-1. We then beat Ross County 5-1 in the Cinch Premiership. Goals from Mitrovic, Villar, Lazaro and Conor Gallagher. And then we beat Rangers 4-0 in the Premiership to boot. Dewsbury Hall, Gallagher, Plata and Juranovic getting the goals. That made sure that we had started the season with 3. In fact, no, we'd missed 2 games. We'd already played Kilmarnock and won 6-1. Conor Gallagher, James Brown own goal, Juranovic, Mitrovic and Turnbull and St Johnstone. We beat them 5-3. Okafor, Gallagher and Mwanta getting the goal. So Mwanta's first competitive goal wasn't against Man City. It was actually in the Cinch Premiership game, which I missed off. So that brings you up to date with everything. Let's go and look at the competitions tab then. You can see we have kicked the Cinch Premiership off. We are top of the table, 12 points from a possible 12. Play 4, 1-4, draw none. Goal difference of 15. Champions League, another tough group. Chelsea, AC Milan, AS Monaco. Going to be difficult. I mean, we're straight in the group stages, so that ticks the box for the board. They want to be competitive. I'm not too sure how much we can do in this kind of group. All we can do is just fight for our lives, and hopefully it will be enough to see us through. UEFA Super Cup, we finished runners-up in that, obviously losing to Manchester City. Scottish Cup, I don't think we've entered it yet. And the Premier Sports Cup, we are what looks to be in the last 8 teams. We actually have drawn Rangers in the next round of that competition. So then let's have a little look at the squad and how it is put together now. Our assistant reckons that Silva is our number 1 goalkeeper. As I said, direct replacement for Merritt. Lawrence at left back, Botman, Ballard, Juranovic, Dewsbury Hall, Villar, Gallagher, and then Okafor, Plata and Lazaro. So I think we have quite good depth now that Mwanta is in. Plata can play on the right, Okafor can play on the left. We have some good options. Lazaro can come out and play on the right or the left either. Mitrovic up top. We have a solid base in the middle of the park. Maybe the left and right back could be improved, but the way that the team is playing, I'm not too sure that we need it. So we are going to push forward in tomorrow's episode to the end of the winter transfer window. So that means that we will come back around the 3rd or 4th of February. And by that point, we probably aren't going to make too many wholesale changes to the squad. Probably add 1 or 2 extra players on. But I don't think we're going to go all out to try and completely rebuild the team at this point. We are now just bolting on the players to complete the rebuild job and then try and get into season 5 with a good chance of winning the Champions League, which is the ultimate objective. So then, if you're at this point of the video, firstly, a big thank you very much. Secondly, if you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, please consider doing so. Really do appreciate every single person who takes their time to go and watch these videos, to interact with the channel. Anything, any interaction really is important. And I thank every single person that takes their own time to do that for me. But for this one, I'm going to wrap it there. Come back and join us tomorrow to find out how we get on going into the winter transfer window. Who are we going to sign? What are we going to do? Can we go on and kick on in the Premiership? Hopefully not be behind Rangers this time in season 4. Can we go and progress from the Champions League group? To find the answers out to those, you're going to have to come back tomorrow. But for this one, I'm going to wrap it there. I'll see you very, very soon.